Oh shit, hey Jet. Welcome, welcome. Thank you for the raid. I don't know why I keep falling over. It's been happening. It's very strange. Is it because I'm hungry? But yeah, welcome, welcome. Oh, you were playing that new Dragon Ball game? How's that? That seems like it's been a lot of fun. What's that one character that just kind of like floats around? Like doesn't have a flying animation, just kind of like Minecraft creative mode flies at you. Oops. Gotcha. I'm not really big on fighting games, so I probably won't play it, but it does seem like it's really cool. Like looks like a really good Dragon Ball fighting game. Chiaotzu, that's the guy. Chiaotzu? Yeah, that guy. But yeah, welcome. I'm Elias. I usually have a little VTuber model on, but not today. This is just a chill day. We're chilling and playing Voices of the Void, little signal simulator game. I was looking for a signal. I see. So that's just how he gets around. Such a goofy little guy. But yeah, if you've never seen this game, you're just chilling. You're grabbing signals and you're working. You're working to get paid. My boss, Dr. Bao, gave me a task. I have to get 2 signals below 1. I already have them. And I have to go outside and write a report on these 3 satellites, which I'll go do when it's sunny outside, because right now it's almost 2 a.m. So instead, we're just going to sit here, watch Chills, 30 scary videos that are still captivating the internet to this day.
Number 30. A man is quietly fishing by himself, making content for his fishing channel called East Coast Fishing Adventures,
Whoa.
completely unaware that he is being watched from afar. Partially concealed in the leaves is a person who is not with him and doesn't have a fishing rod. They just sit on a rock and don't move at all, just watching. The uploader gets the feeling that this is a ghost sighting, and it makes me wonder if he's sitting at the spot where somebody went under and sadly never resurfaced.
Can't take him seriously.
Number 29. If you're thinking of messing with Bloody Mary, think again. The Shadowhunters team learned this lesson the hard way. In this video, they investigate after one of their devices is triggered in this haunted place.
It does seem like a parody. It seems like he's not. It seems like he's taking the piss, you know?
They find the word Mary written on a mirror.
Tentar filmar certinho aqui. Olha isso aqui, mano.
Then they do what you're told never to do.
Sounds like a total Drama Island character. God, I don't remember how any of them speak, but I could believe it. He said it. He said the thing 3 times.
And she appears.
What is? Wait.
There she is.
Oh. Ela.
One of the crew appears to go seek revenge against the demon.
Seek revenge against the demon, really?
But as he tries to, this happens.
He was gonna kill her with a stick.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Do you believe in Bloody Mary?
That was so
the
fucking cheesy.
Shadowhunters certainly do now.
That was really bad. I'm sorry.
Number
but, like,
28.
I should do my job.
Two friends are riding down the Kerala highway in India when they see what they later agree has to have been a ghost of some kind.
What was happening? It seemed like he was trying to smash the mirror, but some mystical force was holding him back and making all the lights flicker.
Something, maybe a flashlight. Creepiest of all is how they seem to be deeply staring into the darkness at something. They are in such a deep state of concentration that they don't even look up when the car zooms by just a few feet away. They remain frozen in place and seem to be holding their face in surprise. If this is a ghost, then they could have been looking at the roadside remains of their own body.
Shut the fuck up.
Number 27. Alex Griffin runs a sports channel nowadays.
I can't take him. I'm sorry, but we're going to Bizarre Bub. He's also not serious, but he's not as unserious.
A woman named Jalen immediately grabs her phone to record something
I
on
like these
camera.
better.
It isn't often the case that this happens, but tonight it occurred once more. Jalen had been lying in bed while doing work on her laptop when something noticeable appeared from the corner of her eye. Now, given that this incident took place at her grandparents' house, a place abundant with numerous vintage items, she finds it unsurprising that this happened. Some of these items, as she believes, could be cursed or haunted, but even if they weren't, she would still be afraid of coming back to this place, and it's all because of this incident. The following is her footage. Watch.
Also, hello, Alex. Thank you for the check-in. Look at that. Look at all that gold you got. If I alt-tab, does it... It goes quiet, yeah. Shit. Hang on. I'd like some of that gold that you have. Alright. What do you mean a game is already underway?
This thing just moved.
This thing. Oh, that was me that saved. She didn't save her game by pressing that guy's eyeball. Look at that, you have 2,106 gold. I don't know why the duel didn't work, Alex. I don't know if you want to, like, press it again, like, type duel again. Or it'll probably just time out. It did look wretched. I don't know why you would have that in your home. I mean, maybe you're just a big fan of that dude, but I don't know who that is or why he's there. He's moving, he's moving. Oh shit. Thank God, finally she left. I can get some privacy. There you go. Thank you for the gold, Alex. The fuck was that?
The door just moved.
It did say. "Ah!" Thank you, Alex. Alright, so I am broke and I have no food, so we're gonna downgrade a little bit and buy some food. I feel like pizza is probably the best value. Pineapple pizza, of course. We're still on this guy?
Are you real?
Yes, he's real. He's right there.
You can do it again. I won't watch.
Right? She's a liar. What did she
It
see?
was at this point that Jalen knew that what she had seen earlier wasn't just in her head, but rather something real. Somehow, the mannequin begins to move. Only moving ever so slightly, the mannequin seemingly comes alive. But strangely, it's only when Jalen isn't looking directly at the doll.
Oh, my flashlight died. Shit. I need to turn the lights on in here. There we go. Pizza! True, true. It is exactly like a
Both
weeping angel.
objects intervened whenever she tried seeing it, but despite their efforts in obstructing her view, she finally catches it. So then, the question is begged, just how exactly did the doll move on its own? And was it merely a coincidence that things were trying to block her view? Like most videos, there has yet to be a definitive answer to this question. But as always, let me know what you think down below.
Let me know in the comments if you believe this ghost story. Also, let me eat my pizza. How do I place things gently?
In the following
Not
video,
like that.
a man is inspecting a property where something very alarming was caught on camera the previous night.
Kasi, guess what? Meron na naman kaming mga hindi...
As it turns out, a homeless person had broken into the property, and it's Benji's job, the person recording this, to get him out of there. However, unbeknownst to Benji, it wouldn't just be a squatter he encounters, but also something else. In his own words, this house terrifies him. It's the one place that he doesn't like to check for squatters. He often encounters them on the properties that he owns, which is why he's made this into a video series. But it's the following video from his whole series that has left viewers creeped out. This is what he caught.
Ayun. There's somebody here.
It's just... Okay, it's like way too bright.
I know you're in there, man! Hello?
Oh, my signal's almost done.
Police! I know you're in there, man.
Honestly, bro, just... He's off the edible. He's wandering his house with a taser. Is that...
She's in your house, man.
What the fuck? That's just a dude that stole your bike, dude.
It was seeing the door open by itself that spooked out Benji. His first thought upon seeing it move was that the squatter was in there, but strangely, that wasn't the case. He would eventually come to the conclusion that this was just a draft or a wind current that moved it. But fast forward to only a week later, and Benji uploads a video that completely changes this notion. Benji is back at the house, ready to confront the person inside. Expecting a squatter, he grabs his phone to record them. What he records, though, is a different type of encounter. Take a look.
Hello? Hello? Hello?
You're just like blasting the taser around? Yeah, that was space noises. It just sounded like horrible static, but we'll process it. It'll be better space noises. And I should find a new space noise while that guy's just going around tasing the air around his house. Damn.
It appears quickly, but if you slow the footage and zoom in, you'll notice a dark figure standing inside this room. Although briefly seen, Benji immediately spots it before taking a second look, but when he looks again, it's not there. It stands motionless for just a moment before disappearing in an instant. Even weirder is that the camera seems to be either glitching or picking up something unseen. All of this happens before suddenly the door starts to partially close on its own. Now Benji, having dealt with many squatters before, naturally assumed that this was another trespasser, so he runs over to the person to confront them. But when he gets there, no squatter is found inside. To this day, Benji wonders what had been inside his house, but according to him, if he had a guess, it definitely wasn't a squatter. Living somewhere in Georgia, a woman named Felicia had caught footage of something that's left her shaken up ever since it's happened. Although having watched this video multiple times, she still can't make sense of this footage. In the video, Felicia is seen playing with her dog on her back porch before suddenly it happens.
Sorry, what happened?
It's easy to miss the first time, but upon replaying the footage and amplifying the audio, you hear this. The reason behind Felicia's fearful reaction is now clear. A disembodied voice had spoken to her. Listening closely, it sounds as if it's saying, "Get out." Understandably, Felicia runs away in a panic frenzy. She leaves the door open for her dog, but for some reason, he doesn't want to go inside. Even he is sensing something unusual. From the curtain behind Felicia moving at the same time the voice is heard, to her dog being afraid of going inside, Felicia believes that this was paranormal. Now, no further clips have been posted by her, which only helps to make this incident a total mystery.
It got her. She never uploaded again. Oh, damn. Number 5.
In the following video, a pair of teammates are passing a ball in front of a camera, showing audiences what they do before playing a match. It's Friday night at a soccer stadium, and both players are fully immersed in a small pre-game warm-up. But while both players pass the ball to each other, audiences notice something unusual in this footage. It wasn't until someone made a video
Wow.
pointing out something in the background that people started rewatching the original to see if it was true. To their shock, it was. As both players pass the ball to each other, this is captured.
And then when you get quicker, what tends to happen? More mistakes happen. But that is what development looks like. If you're cruising at a speed that's comfortable, yes, it looks good and it looks cleaner, but you're not going to get better. You have making mistakes here, and then you get to that level, and then you go again. And
I don't know what we're looking at.
Now, the social media account that posted this video had no idea what was captured until tons of comments started coming in, mentioning the supposed ghost. It's recorded from a distance, but not so far that it's hard to make out something moving. Now, just to compare, there's a person standing up right here, and right across from them is a row of bleachers filled with people. Both are clearly recognizable as people, but this, even from the same distance, is unrecognizable. It's clear that something is moving, but it's not obvious as to what exactly is being seen.
It's not some other
While
dude?
some
Or
speculate
just like
that this
some
might be
graphical
the
issue?
spirit of a legendary soccer player running in the bleachers, others are quite baffled by it. With no comment or explanation given by the account that posted this video, the question remains unanswered.
Okay.
Just what exactly was caught on camera?
It's daytime, so I gotta do the daytime part of my job real quick. Actually, let me sleep. Why did I wake up? I don't know why they woke me up. I just want to sleep. Is that mug root beer? No, sorry, that's Wug root beer. Something. Can I sleep? What do you mean you sense something? I've never seen that before, where it just won't let me sleep because I sense something. That's a little terrifying. I don't know why the door makes that noise either. Okay, I can sleep now. Never mind. Well, that was strange. Again, it just woke me up. Huh. That's a little scary, but whatever. Anyway. I need a piece of paper and then I'll go do my day job. I don't even know where I'm going. Fuck. Shit. No. I'm stupid. Damn, I let all these servers go out. Okay. We're going to Delta. Oh, did I fuck it up? Shit, my bad. Lock in. There we go. Quick maths, and I am definitely, I definitely don't have a quick maths brain. Fuck. He's a clutch player, look at him. He's killing it. Is this Delta? Yeah, alright, let me put on some music. Whenever I'm doing this part, I'm like, I need something. Here we go. Fuck. No, not again. Okay, we're good. That one was a stunt. Wait, where am I going? That way. Holy shit. Double flip. Alright, we'll send off this box. And then it's back to the show. Okay, let's see what's up with this football phantom ghost.
Now the following video comes from Virginie, a mother who lives in a quaint house where it seems that things have gotten very unsafe for her family. Despite living in a safe neighborhood, it's the house itself that's been causing the most concern to Virginie. According to her, something is in this house, and it's messing with her family. From cabinets that are found open when no one had been inside the home, to her children seeing things in the dead of night. One can safely assume that the family has been put on edge ever since moving in. But out of everyone, it's the baby who's been the most affected by this move. For some reason, something strange always happens inside the room. The following video is just one of many instances in which something inexplicable happens. But unlike other instances, this one has left the family pretty spooked. This is what they caught.
The horrible creature. It did a flip. Not great. Nice. Everything is good.
Had it not been for the baby monitor inside the room, Virginie would not have known the source of the sudden noise. She searched the whole space, only to realize later that the noise had come from inside the dollhouse. But the source itself is what scares her. Moments before making a sound, the toy is seen hovering slightly off ground before being shot up into the air and making an audible clack. Virginie jumps up in response, as she later would when looking at the footage.
It moved exactly like it would have if there was a string tied to it.
To ensure this doesn't happen around her children. But still, the activity continues. Just like viewers, Virginie is left wondering how the toy moved and if there have been any other strange events in this room that weren't caught on camera.
True. The Phantom of the Opera was just trying to do like a water bottle flip with the little figure. You're so right.
On October 2nd of 2024, a live broadcast on a TV news network left many viewers who tuned in completely spooked. The footage captured during this live transmission had nothing to do with the news report that was being covered. In fact, it was so out of place that viewers had to rewatch the broadcast to confirm what they saw. Now thankfully, someone recorded the whole broadcast in question. Just like viewers, Shane was left creeped out upon seeing it. He replays the live stream and shows exactly what was caught. Watch.
Go ahead, Dad, play it. You'll see it starts in from up here, it comes down and does a swirl. It comes down and there's another one that pops in over here.
She's contributor and former national Pence. First, your reaction.
Now rewind it in slow-mo.
Advisor.
Why'd you
First, your
cut the
reaction.
feed? I can't see anything.
Now fast forward it in slow-mo how you did it earlier, because I could see it.
Now the quality of Shane's video isn't exactly HD, which makes it hard to tell what's being seen. But fortunately, another viewer watching the same program recorded the incident. Take a look. Having
Alien
a closer
ghost.
look, one can see why many viewers replayed this exact moment on TV. It looks as if a dark, shadowy figure zips by. While the idea of this being a bug has been thought of, many comments claim that it can't be a bug, as it would have to be very close to the lens for us to notice it. This figure, whatever it might be, isn't as close. From thoughts of this being the Grim Reaper to the idea of this being a ghost, it's clear that viewers were spooked out of their minds. But whether ghost or
so
not,
hello, Pope. I
I'll
thought
let
you were
be the
Alex.
judge on what exactly was caught on camera.
It definitely looks like something zooming in front of the lens. I don't know about
At around
phantom
11 p.m.
flying
on
across
Sunday
the night
night,
sky.
a man quickly takes out his phone to record this exact spot shown on screen.
Or maybe it is just Pope
apparently
going for a late
something
night
very
snack.
strange happened.
Someone was walking by, bro, and they just disappeared when they got by the tree.
Someone or something had disappeared right in front of him, and he knows this for a fact, as
Hey,
he wasn't
Notary,
the
good
only
morning.
person to have seen this. Just like him, the man crossing the road had seen the figure vanish on the sidewalk. Having no other way of showing what just happened, the man continues to record in the hopes that it reappears. But as he
Me when
films,
non-re-
this happens.
And she just disappeared in the sidewalk. What the fuck? I know you guys ain't believe me, but somebody walking by.
We're not talking about the dude that's just running towards the camera, right? Like,
¿Qué pasó, güey?
¿qué pasó?
Oh, güey, mira. Ahí va saliendo.
Ahí va.
What the?
There he goes.
Mira. What the hell? Salió de la. What the? What is that? ¿Qué es eso, güey?
¿Qué es eso?
It appears that the man had fled upon seeing what looks to be a dark, shadowy figure manifest out of nowhere. It seemingly emerges out of the brick wall, as if somehow phasing through it. But looking closely, that doesn't appear to be the case. They, or it, just suddenly appears like it was already there. Knowing for sure that nothing had been there, the man continues to record in total disbelief. What just happened, according to him, is something that can't be explained. Now, it's hard to say for sure if that's so, especially with no further context or additional footage. But like always, I'll let you be the judge. Was a ghost caught on camera? Or had something else been captured? If you caught something creepy on camera, or if there's any ghost videos you'd like me to check out and include in the next compilation, you can send them over to scaryvideos444@gmail.com.
There you go.
That being said, let's get
Scaryvideos444
back
at
to the video.
gmail.com. The number one. Here we go. Here we go.
Now, this last video was submitted to me by Hana P, who caught something on camera that she can't seem to explain. It goes without saying, but what was captured has freaked her out to say the least. She had just finished eating dinner when suddenly she heard what sounded like a creaking noise coming from her staircase. No one else was home when this happened. As Hannah scrolls
Oh
on her
man,
phone,
if it was Zark,
this
I
is
would have
captured.
probably closed the video. Okay, but that would be fucking scary if you're just downstairs and you hear the stairs creaking and you know you're home alone. Yeah, I think I would die. I think I would be frozen to that chair, unable to move until the ghost killed me. Like, yeah, she's smarter than me. Oh no, she's coming back. Never mind. And then suddenly, on the stairs, it's gonna go dunk, 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 and she's gonna run.
Hello?
That was just the horror movie. Hello? Right before getting killed, like.
Needless to say, Hannah has been left immensely terrified by this seemingly inexplicable incident. Somehow, a creaking noise is heard on the staircase, despite there being no one on the stairs. Her dog seems to notice this, given that he barks when the creaks are heard. But creepiest of all, the sound of charging footsteps descending the staircase and towards Hannah is caught on camera. Now Hannah has had this happen to her more than once, which doesn't faze her as much as when it happened before. But like all incidents, this one has yet to be explained. Just who or what was running down the staircase?
Yeah, she was running pretty chill out of there. I think I would have been like
Thanks for watching.
sprinting,
and I hope
like
you
tearing up the
enjoyed.
floor on my way out.
Also, if you haven't already done so, please subscribe and
There
make
he
sure to
is.
hit the bell icon so you don't miss any uploads in the future. Also, be sure to check out the official TikTok account for this channel. That being said,
I'm not gonna.
until next time.
I'm not going to your TikTok account. But here's 3 disturbing true Halloween horror stories from this guy named Mr. Nightmare. Story 1 by Gregine.
This is a disturbing memory from my young childhood. I was about 7 or 8 years old. My mom would usually take my brother and I trick-or-treating.
Guess we don't
But
really
this
need to watch the
particular
TV.
year, after school, she dropped me off at my friend Sean's house, where Sean, our friend Johnny, and I would go together. Johnny and Sean were a year older than me. We met while I was playing with my brother on the block. Johnny and Sean lived around the block from me. Sean had a weird upbringing that I never really understood. His sister was like 20 years old. There was a big gap between them. She was always his caretaker, it seemed, whenever I was at his house. His house always smelled like cat, and his sister always had a different guy over, it seemed like. His sister was always cold to me, in the sense that she'd never acknowledge me or say hi or anything. Sean's dad was never in the
She would never
picture,
talk to me.
and his
She would
mom,
only
I
talk to
believe,
the
was always
multiple
working out
guys
of
she kept
town, I
bringing
guess.
over.
I only met Sean's mom a few times. We never really stayed in touch for long enough for me to figure all this out. Anyway, my mom dropped me off at Sean's, expecting that Sean's mom would be trick-or-treating with us. After saying goodbye, I went into his house. Johnny was already there. We all had big pillow sacks to fill with candy. This was around the time that I learned that neither Sean's mom nor sister were coming with us to supervise. I was young, so I sort of felt slightly uncomfortable knowing that Johnny and Sean would be leading the way, but at the same time, I felt a sense of excitement that we'd have more freedom. I knew for a fact my mom would not have approved of us going unsupervised though. So eventually, we were off into the neighborhood, walking around doing our rounds door to door. Quite a few people asked if we were alone or where our parents were, and Johnny would always be the one to use the same lie, that his mom is up ahead with his sister. It worked every time. This was on a Friday, so we didn't get to start at trick-or-treating until around 5 o'clock. But we didn't have school the next day, so we intended on going until our pillow sacks were completely full. We took a break after a couple of hours and went to Sean's, where he heated up a bunch of frozen pizzas. At the time, I was so jealous of the apparent freedom he had in his house, not having parents who cared about what he did. But looking back now, I count myself super blessed to have grown up in a household
Oh shit,
with
I got
two
a lot of
strict
money.
parents. After we hung out at his house for an hour and watched Halloween specials on Nickelodeon while eating pizza and candies,
Oh, that
Johnny
sounds like it
eventually was
rules.
picked up by his mom. But Sean and I wanted to keep going, so we eventually headed back out for round 2.
Oh, not enough.
It was dark out now, and it had to be past 8 p.m. There were a lot less trick-or-treaters now. We
Dude,
tried to go to
a
certain
plasma
blocks we
TV?
hadn't
That
gone
would be
down yet,
awesome.
which meant straying further away from Sean's house. We found a block we hadn't touched yet and continued knocking on doors. Some houses didn't answer at this hour, and mostly everyone else had a comment about us being alone or how it's getting late. We noticed a man pushing a stroller a couple houses down behind us. He was walking very slowly in our direction, probably a dad trick-or-treating for his young child. As we continued going door to door, the man with the stroller got closer. Eventually, we heard him going shh and singing softly. Eventually, he caught up to us, and he said, "How's the trick-or-treating going, boys?" And we replied, "Good," at the same time. And then he said, "It's pretty late. I'm on my way back to my house. I can give you guys the rest of my
I
candy."
don't need that yet.
Sean and I looked at each other with telling faces, as if we just hit the jackpot. Sean asked what kind of candies, and he said a bunch of bags of different things. He said he didn't get to give much away because he wanted to take his daughter out for a trick-or-treat stroll. He did have a bag dangling on one of the handles of the stroller, which was filled with some candies. The stroller was fully covered by a folding piece on the top, so we couldn't see his daughter. He said she's asleep and he didn't want to wake her up.
This
but
is
he
a
pointed
really
ahead
long
and said
story
his house
for.
is
We
just
met a weird pedophile while going trick-or-treating. He tried to
stroller.
kidnap us.
He was walking a little faster now. As we walked, I realized there was next to no one else out at this point, even though it was a Friday night. It seemed like a quieter side of the neighborhood. The man talked to us as we walked, asking us questions. What part of the neighborhood we were from, where we went to school, basic stuff. I let Sean answer most of the questions. Him being even just a year older than me at that age, I felt like he was the one who should take lead.
Yeah, the introduction to the
On
story
multiple
took so
occasions as
long
we
that it was
walked,
like I
the
kind
man
of
would
tuned out
lean into
until
the
just
stroller,
now.
talking a high pitch to his daughter. Then he'd turn back and smile at us. We finally made it to his house. He led us up the walkway with the stroller and unlocked his door. After he opened it, he brought the stroller with his daughter inside first, and then invited us to come inside. Sean led the way, so I followed. I was the one to ask if we could leave the door open, and the man paused and then said, yeah, of course. He said he'll be right back as he goes to get the candy bags. He pushed the stroller into the middle of the living room, only about 10 feet away from where we were standing. I nudged Sean because I felt uncomfortable. I whispered, why would he leave the candy so far away? Sean didn't respond. Instead, he turned toward the living room and then walked up to the stroller. He lifted up the folding part that was covering the baby, and he looked disturbed. He hurried back to me, whispering, let's go. He was full on running once we got outside, and I followed behind, which was a bit tougher because we had those heavy pillow sacks. I still was confused about what he saw, but just then, we heard a woman's voice yell, excuse me. It was one of his neighbors. She came running over to us and asked if we know that man, and it was at this point that Sean spilled the beans and said he offered us his leftover candy, but he was pushing a stroller with a fake baby in it. I remember getting goosebumps as he said that. The woman said, yeah, that man doesn't have a child. I saw you walking by with him. She took us to her car and drove each of us home. I know, getting into a stranger's car after that was another questionable move. The woman came to my front door to talk to my mom about what we just told her. My mom was distraught. After I told her every last detail about the night, she sent me to my room while my parents called the police on that man. My parents never told me anything about what happened after that. I believe they wanted to shelter me from any more exposure to the situation. My mom didn't want me going over to Sean's house anymore, and I know she had quite a bit to say to Sean's mom. I did see Sean at school once in a while still, and we'd remain cordial, but our friendship was never the same after that night. It was Halloween night, 2016. I was tasked by my parents to hand out candies to all the kids for the day. My mom bought 1 million bags of candy that I knew we'd have left over for weeks, and I'd be the one regrettably munching on them for days, if not weeks to come, as I was trying to lose weight. I always told my mom she went way overboard with the candies.
Okay, we're going back to chills. I'm sorry.
When they see what they later agree has to have been a ghost of some kind.
Maybe she saw the dead remains of her own corpse by the roadside.
The figure is dressed in pure white and holding something, maybe a flashlight. Creepiest of all is how they seem to be deeply staring into the darkness at something. They are in such a deep state of concentration that they don't even look up when the car zooms by just a few feet away. They remain frozen in place and seem to be holding their face in surprise. If this is a ghost, then they could have been looking at the roadside remains of their own body.
Moving on.
Number 27. Alex Griffin runs a sports channel nowadays, but years ago he was briefly into conducting paranormal investigations at the most haunted said to play by themselves, and chanting can be heard from inside. There's also the ghost of Katie Boreham, a housemaid who was said to have lost her life under mysterious circumstances that could have involved unknowingly ingesting toxic chemicals. Katie is the ghost they are hunting tonight, and so Alex Griffin and his friends logically start exploring the old haunted cemetery for paranormal evidence. They make the mistake of disrespecting her name along the way, and start hearing some scary noises soon after.
What the f? What the f?
The amateur investigators run away at first, but soon agree that they can't leave the mystery unsolved and need to find more paranormal evidence. They return to the cemetery, and the bravest of them steps forward to taunt Katie into showing herself.
Say, what happened again?
So I didn't see anything, but he senses a ghost, and I tend to believe him. After all, he was the one trying to impress his friends the hardest, so I don't think he'd run away like that and risk embarrassing himself unless he was really scared. The paranormal investigators step forward as one, and a single light glows in the woods.
So I didn't see anything, but I tend to believe him.
Even when their camera is not shining on
What?
it. It's not exactly the best paranormal evidence ever recorded, but the timing is definitely odd and makes you wonder what this light could be. And with their backs turned, the noise returns.
And your house. Yeah. Just leaves it on me.
It sounds like one of them would have thrown a rock or something and hits the top of the tin roof. But then again, this is exactly the kind of paranormal activity that this place is known for. It's years later and not one of them stepped forward to take credit for throwing a rock and scaring the group. So maybe this supposed paranormal activity is real after all.
No way.
Number 26. What happens when your shop vandals turn out to be paranormal? This security footage was published in April of 2010 by Old Phantom 13. He writes, "We had been having problems with people breaking into and vandalizing our shop, or so we thought, so we set up several security cameras. This is what one of our cameras picked up. If you watch closely at the beginning, you'll be able to see what we believe is some type of spirit or ghost. The video shows lockers inside the shop slamming closed, one after another. Then repeated slamming noises are heard off screen. A wheelchair in the middle of the room rolls slowly from one side to the other. What do you think? Are these ghosts into vandalism? Or is this another video of strings, like some in the comments suggest? It certainly looks convincing when I look at it." Number 25.
Are these
Sound
ghosts
was heard
vandals?
outside, and this resident went to check it out. What he saw was terrifying. The resident is captured on camera out on his terrace, looking around with a flashlight. While scanning the area several times, something disconcerting shows up on one of the sweeps of the grounds. Watch the right-hand side of the screen.
Bro, you're covering up the whole footage with your text. The woman in white.
Did you see her? This resident sure did. Number 24.
Like how he was walking away as delivering that line. Like, did you see her? This resident sure did.
A YouTuber named Jake Tungsten. Jake originally recorded it just to have a memory of the thrilling ride forever, but when he reviewed it later, he saw what in his words was a real ghost. Some sort of phantasm does seem to briefly materialize and hover in the right side of the screen as the roller coaster passes by. Then the same thing happens as the roller coaster climbs upwards.
The horrible phantasm.
Finally, a transparent figure briefly appears to the right of the track during the descent. I'm not sure if these are real or just some sort of hologram projections created by Disney, but the man who recorded this is absolutely convinced that he has caught a ghost on tape. It could even be the famous Mr. One-Way ghost seen in the previous video. If you have ever seen anything similar on the Space Mountain ride,
I did not watch the previous video. I don't know who the Mr. One-Way ghost is.
This rumor or finally put it to rest. Number 23. play of a paranormal YouTube channel called Time to Play TV is exploring the old Hamilton County Jail in Jasper, Florida on a ghost hunting investigation. Built in 1893, this haunted jail was in operation for 101 years. It is the resting place of many who are believed to have returned as wailing apparitions, slamming doors shut and turning on the lights. Some sections have been remodeled, and this guest bedroom is where you'll find a creepy possessed doll. As they are moving the creepy doll from its crib to the bed, a bizarre shadow goes ahead of them and disappears under the bed. Anyway, they sit her up and set up paranormal equipment to better investigate, and that's when the situation goes from strange to beyond creepy. 4 minutes and 27 seconds into the video is when they are able to convince a ghost to communicate through EVP equipment.
Nobody talks
Are you
like
okay
this.
with us being in this room
I'm
right now?
sorry. That's probably so mean to say, but like...
Yes.
Yes. Another yes.
Yeah.
I don't think these EVPs are pre-recorded messages on a fake ghost hunting app, because the scary voices continue to make sense and answer very specific questions in real time.
Do you know who we are? Like, can you tell us our names?
Yes.
A little ghost girl's voice says something I can't understand. And as the creepy doll moves by itself, the scary voice of a little ghost girl screams right before the doll falls over.
Oh my gosh. The doll just
That's been up for...
They sit the cursed toy upright and resume the paranormal experiment.
If that was a spirit, can you make one of the meters go off? Oh, whoa. Seen it?
What?
Look at my meter.
Many of the paranormal EVP they've caught on camera has been the voice of a child, so they logically infer that this could be a spirit of a child trapped inside of the doll.
Are you a young spirit? Are you a child? Look, you see that?
Somehow the doll creepily nods with agreement that it's possessed by a little girl, and then it presents them with some of the best paranormal evidence of the night.
Well, I'm pretty sure it was you that maybe moved the doll and did the K2 meter. Now we'd like... Whoa. Oh my... The K2 meter just fell over.
Somehow, upon the very mention of her paranormal equipment, her ghost meter, which is right by the doll's hand, falls over on its own, but the doll remains sitting up. Whatever
Hey, saying,
this
yeah,
is, I
we're
think
Burger
it's
King foot
definitely
lettuce chilling.
paranormal and feeding off of their fearful energy.
Oh my... Play, this is so creepy.
It really takes me out whenever he speaks.
This time they put the doll leaning back at an angle where it's impossible for it to fall forward by itself, and yet as they continue to speak, the toy leans forward. Sound genuinely surprised, so I doubt it. Also, this final piece of paranormal evidence is enough proof in my mind that the Hamilton County Jail is quite haunted. They wait for their equipment to register movement and get nothing until they challenge it.
Don't be shy or scared. Maybe you're scared and you don't want to do it because you're scared.
Yeah, you're a scaredy ghost? What, you too scared to give us a sign? You stupid scaredy ghost?
Whoa.
I'm doing pretty good.
I think this is real because if you listen close, it beeps as soon as he says the word scared.
Maybe you're scared and you don't want to do it because you're scared.
Oh.
Number 22.
Number 22 can wait. I need to sleep. Well, that was a fun noise. But yeah, I'm doing pretty good this fine Wednesday. Just been chilling. Work was easy. I just made an Excel spreadsheet and like an AutoCAD drawing. And then I just chilled for like 6 hours. Number 22. I was kind of waiting for like maybe a nightmare to happen for number 22, but I guess not. Okay. Well, good sleep. It is like foggy out here. Yep. Generally how a signal sounds. Oh, you miss AutoCAD? I don't really use it all too much for my job. I was basically just making like a... Oops, I didn't mean to scan. I was making like a floor plan, like a map of our office cubicle farm, so that our security guy could draw on it with marker to make our fire escape plan and then post it up somewhere. So I guess he didn't know how to use AutoCAD, so I just quickly made a little map for him. And my boss gave me that task like, oh, this is gonna take you a while. This might take, you know, the rest of your week. And then I just finished it in like an hour. So it's like, I don't know if he wanted me to like stretch it out for a week and like pretend I was working on it for like the rest of the week and not give it a 1 hour turnover time, but like, is he gonna complain? Can't find a single signal. I want to get to number 22, please. There we go. Number 22.
The last thing you would want to encounter when driving on a deserted stretch of road at night is a ghost. Shot in Delhi, Aman Kumar published this video in August of 2018. As you can see, the driver and his passenger have spotted a figure up ahead in their headlights, so they approach slowly and then stop.
There's two figures.
The figure ahead is moving across the road at a snail's pace. The driver flashes his brights and low lights on and off several times, but this doesn't affect the figure's pace in the slightest. The figure continues to move slowly across the road, and then another figure. The driver keeps flashing his lights on and off, trying to get the figures to move. They seem to have converged in the middle of the road. It's unclear if the ghostly figures start to approach, but the passenger starts to panic. The driver continues to flash his lights on and off, and at the same time backs up a ways. Even after 3 whole minutes, the figures are still there. That's where the footage ends. We don't know if the path ever cleared for these two, but what we do know is you never know when you might meet the afterlife. Number 21. We've all been warned never to pick up hitchhikers, but that advice especially goes for paranormal ones. This dash cam footage was posted in July of 2019. The dash cam's clock shows that the clip was taken around 2 in the morning. If you blink, you'll miss it, so pay careful attention.
No, I did not do that saying. That seems like rascal behavior. That seems like, you know, little evil thing children would do. Why would you do that?
Driving down a dark and empty highway, the car is traveling at a fairly fast speed when, off to its right, in the empty lane, appears a figure. Some say it has its thumb out for a ride. Do you see it? Is it a ghost? Or is it just a regular person with a bad wish?
Do you
After
see
all,
it?
Who hails a ride in the middle of the road during the darkness of night? Only someone who's looking to get run over, or at least doesn't mind testing fate, whether ghost or real boy. This isn't something you want to see while driving down a dark road at 2 a.m. It might very well send you into a terrified tailspin.
I'm sorry,
making you the
whether
next
ghost or
ghost
real
on the
boy.
highway.
What did you say, Chills? Whether ghost or real boy.
The figure is blue and glowing.
The figure is blue and glowing.
Lit truck
Thank you, Sang. Sometimes that's all you need.
that it casts a shadow, which means it's a solid object and not a phantom. Others remark that 3 a.m. is witching hour, so who knows, it could be anything. What do you
Oh, good,
think
it's not
it
3 a.m..
is? Number 19.
I think I'll get to number
Scary
15 and then call it for
mysterious
today.
possible ghost sighting is caught on camera by a YouTuber in India named Moonbiker Nikhil. This creepy incident was caught on tape while passing through RA Colony, which he says has a pretty scandalous reputation to the point where everyone knows not to be walking by themselves at night near there. That's why he was surprised when this happened late at night. A mysterious figure on the road seems to clip through his mirror. Watch closely and you'll see that they should have made contact in his opinion, and I agree that it's awfully close. Tell me what you see, and more importantly, if this alleged ghost really has a missing head.
Were you trying to hit him? Like...
Number 18. Is this the trail of a ghost? Posted to the r/ghosts subreddit, Jen the Head explains, my dad took a video of a helium balloon floating around the house to scare my kids, but captured something else. The video shows the helium balloon in question drifting in the corner of the room. As it floats there, suddenly a white, unidentifiable object flies forward and another swings past.
On Reddit/r/ghosts? No way.
According to Jen the Heb, her father didn't see the wisp until he watched the video back. Redditor Mr. Blistered Lips writes, if not paranormal, I'd suggest a flash from reflected sunlight off of a car outside.
Reddit user Mr. Blistered Lips suggests
hitting the lens, but the Redditor counters that, according to her, the back deck looks over a conservation area where
the Redditor
cars
countered
pass,
it. You hear
while
that?
some viewers still insist it's a reflection.
Chat,
Others
is this
think
real?
something is definitely moving in front of the camera, but is it paranormal? What is your wild guess? Personally, I'm going with the first option. Number 17. Is too afraid to come into her parents' room because she says she can see a bad man in there with them. When her mother asks to point where the person is, she indicates that it's in a dark closet which is open. The mother examines the closet. She doesn't see anything, but she seems to get an uneasy feeling that matches her daughter's emotions.
What, baby?
Okay, so if a child comes into your room and like points at your closet and says, I don't want to, well, I guess the child wouldn't come into your room. They're standing outside the room saying, I don't want to enter that room because there's a scary man in your closet right now and I can see him. I think I would just die. I would just die on the spot. Like,
My daddy? Okay.
yeah, why do children say such creepy shit?
The child turns around and freezes. She is too afraid to move without her mother following closely behind her. There's something about this video that seems very dark and genuine. Obviously, the mother felt a presence too, or she would have not uploaded this video with the title of 2-year-old girl sees ghost again. Overall, more information is needed before I make a final judgment, but let me know if you think Emma was seeing something that her parents could not on that night.
My thing is, when they're uploading multiple videos and they're saying like, oh, my child sees the ghost again, at this point, it's like the child thinks there's something in there and you're just playing off of it and uploading YouTube videos for the
16.
The ad revenue, which I mean, pop off, get that money.
This
But like,
Colombian video from 2008 is apparently the last footage taken by 4 men that disappeared, found inside an abandoned car. The footage shows the men driving towards a strange person dressed in all white, possibly a wedding dress.
Arranca. No, despacio, haga despacio. Mierda, huevón, haga despacio.
They slowly approach the person and attempt to drive around them, and that's where the video ends. What happens next is a complete mystery, since this was the only footage found. Skeptics have been unable to debunk this video or find the whereabouts of the disappeared men that were mentioned. It appears whoever was standing on the road that night will remain a mystery.
okay, number 15 can wait until I come back from doing my little report. Let me put on some Spotify again real quick, just so I can get that report done real quick. Oh yeah, Stranded. I like this one. Here we go. Delta again? Why do they keep running reports on Delta? Children are evil, though. You're right, Nonri. That time I pressed the wrong button. Why do I keep crashing? Skill issue. Uh, 0603 DE3C83. And now we're going to Quebec. Oops, that's not how you spell it. Target. How do you spell Quebec? There we go. I don't even have enough signals to turn in for this, I don't think. Oh. Okay, where is my home? I swear this thing is so hard to control. I'm not crashing on purpose. Yeah, it's not worth it yet. Okay. Ah, shit.
That is
Oh, I messed it up.
thing. It doesn't appear as if the ball was thrown at it, as the author claims, but if you see it in this clip, let us know in the comments.
Number 14.
Hang on,
A
hang on,
British
hang
family
on.
seems to be haunted by a spirit.
We got a weird signal. There was nothing, like it wasn't a planet, it wasn't a star or anything. It's just object, and it... Oh, I still have Spotify playing. Oops. Okay. Wow. That's going to be an exciting one to see processed. Alright, so until that one gets processed, we're gonna watch this. And then as soon as I play that, I'm probably gonna end it.
Freddy, unlike most other families with a lingering paranormal problem, they seem to have gotten used to being haunted for the most part and largely ignore Freddy, laugh at him, or otherwise treat him as if he's a bratty child. It's an unusual technique that's made for some interesting videos from 2017 to 2018.
Come on, Freddy. I know we call you Freddy, but we don't know what to call you yet. But we like it.
I guess this ghost simply doesn't like to be addressed by the wrong name because nothing touches the can, and yet it makes a noise and goes flying. They never do call it Freddy again after this, at least not to its face. I don't see how this is faked because I don't see a string. In fact, I don't see a string in any of their videos, like this one for example. No string shows against the dark window as this phone lifts up and slams back down only when she tries to say hello.
Don't touch her. You don't have to touch her.
I mean, it looks like it's hanging from a string.
No.
Just because you can't see the string doesn't mean...
And later they turn the light on just to prove that it's not fake.
What?
Alright, so here we go. Last signal. Oh no. Is it not done? It said leave me alone before, but now it's gone. Oh, I should have saved it. I can like press this to save it to my computer. Oh no. It got ruined. No. It's still a level 1 signal, so I'm gonna ship it. Put my little report on top. Ooh. Alright, once that paycheck hits my account, I will call it.
Put the light on, put the light on. Look, the light is on. You can clearly see there is no fishing wire or strings.
If this isn't a ghost, then tell me how it's being done because I really don't know.
It's just hovering. Look at that.
Most of the activity seems to be happening in this living room. When they are all in the kitchen, stuff in the room always seems to move, almost like Freddy is trying to get them to come over here. Aside from the phone, this dog picture seems to be its next favorite object to animate and suspend in midair.
You'll be alright. I'm not lying, the picture is levitating. I can't...
I suppose somebody could have been standing on a ladder off camera and using a string for the last video, but I don't see it. And there are other videos like this one where they show the full room, and look at that flashing red light. It looks like the ghost may have left them a voice message, which they unfortunately don't play. I would have really liked to have heard Freddy's real voice. Here they are on a different day
Oh, the drone. Yeah, it took my box, and in the top left you should see that number and go up.
So it's not somebody running a wire from outside. There's just no easy explanation for this one. Then, to make matters even more confusing, the picture simply drops on its own as if the ghost is done playing with it. When the mother goes to pick it up, the overhead lamp starts swinging all on its own. Swinging lights are another tactic Freddy uses to try and drive them mad. It is one of the things that seems to honestly annoy the mother, and that's probably why Freddy is always doing it so often. First, it swings back and forth, and then when that fails to get a reaction from them, it starts to move in small nauseating circles. Before you say that the camera person must be pulling on it with a string, consider that there's clearly no string to be seen, and that the light over the living room, where no one is standing, mind you, is doing the exact same thing. Plus, I really don't think they'd risk breaking the lamp by swinging it this hard themselves, and the more they ignore it, the harder the lights swing. Freddy gets so upset that he figures out how to express his anger in a new way.
The door, the door, the door, the door.
Look at that. The door's never done that, ever. Wow.
Freddy, come on,
Nobody
dude.
touches the door at all. Nobody is anywhere near that part of the house. At 49 seconds is when you should be able to see a string connected to the door. But even at half speed and zoomed in, no string is to be found. It's truly closing by itself. And in this window, where objects are always moving, stands the outline of...
I've had enough. I've had enough. Thank you, Chills. It was a great video. His speech pattern cannot be real. Like, I can't take it seriously whenever he's... Maybe Freddy left them a voicemail. I wish they had played it because I would love to hear Freddy's voice. Anyway, I'm done. We're gonna go raid Nox. Thanks for joining. Thanks for hanging out. Where's Nox? Where is he? There he is. What's he up to? Minecrafting. Spooky Minecraft. All right, let's go. All right. That'll be up in 5 seconds. But yeah, thanks for joining. Thanks for hanging out. And I will catch you guys later. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye.